Hello, everyone, and welcome back to day 44 of our Jewel Cichlid fry journey. It's amazing to think how far these little ones have come in just 6 weeks and 2 days. From tiny, helpless fry hiding in the shadows of their parents to bold, curious swimmers with growing independence. We've witnessed an incredible transformation. Today, we'll dive into what's happening inside the tank at this important juncture. The focus is shifting from protection to competition, from survival under parental care to testing independence in a social group. And with competition comes a whole new layer of dynamics: food rivalries, space disputes, and the first hints of social hierarchy. So let's explore together what day 44 means for our jewel cichlid fry. By day 44, the fry have grown noticeably larger compared to even a week ago. Their fins are more defined, they're swimming stronger, and under the right lighting, you can even catch the first faint shimmer of those jewel like colors that they are named for. But size differences are becoming more pronounced. Some fry are clearly larger, stronger, and more assertive, while others remain smaller and more cautious. This size gap is more than just looks, it's the early sign of competition at play. The big fry eat more, which helps them to grow faster. Meanwhile, the smaller fry sometimes struggle to keep up, which makes it harder for them to close the gap. And this creates a cycle where the strong keep getting stronger. It's nature at work, but it's also something we as keepers need to watch closely. Feeding time is another interesting situation. Feeding time, which used to be calm and coordinated, is now turning into a frenzy. The moment food hits the water, the bold fry dart forward, snapping up the best pieces. Some even push their siblings aside to get an extra bite. The smaller, more timid fry often hang back, hesitant to compete. This means that they miss out on the choicest food and are left with the scraps. If this continues unchecked, the weaker fry risk falling behind in development. A useful tip here would be to spread food across the tank instead of dropping it all in one place. This allows fry more possibilities to access food without direct confrontation. You can also feed in smaller, more frequent portions to give everyone multiple chances to eat. Now, it's not just food that's sparking competition, it's also space. And by day 44, the fry are starting to show early territorial behavior. Some fry hover near the bottom, claiming little patches of the tank. Others find comfort in hiding behind the decorations in the tank, defending their tiny zones with surprising determination. Occasionally, you'll notice fry chasing each other from their claimed spots. It's not yet as intense at what we'll see in adulthood, but these are the first rehearsals for the territorial instincts that jewel cichlids are famous for. Now, let's shift our role and focus from the fry to the parents. Remember how vigilant the parents were in the early days? They hovered constantly over the fry, defending them against every possible threat. Well, on day 44, their behavior has shifted. Now the parents are more distant overseers. They no longer intervene in every little scuffle. In some cases, they may even nudge their own fry away, signaling that it's time to start becoming independent. This transition is natural, and it's how fry prepare for life without constant protection. Now you may wonder, we have seen how the fry are doing, we have seen the role of the parents. What about the keeper's role? At this stage, your role as a fish keeper becomes even more important. The competition we see is natural, but if left unmanaged, it can harm the weaker fry. Here are a few key strategies. Feed more frequently in smaller amounts, spread food across different areas of the tank, and monitor the smallest fry. If they are being bullied or outcompeted, consider moving them to a separate grow out tank. And most importantly, try to keep the water quality stable. As the fry grow and eat more, they produce more waste. So, filtration and regular water changes are important. These steps not only help balance the competition but also ensure that the entire group stays healthy. Now, one of the most fascinating things about day 44 is also the emergence of individual personalities. Some fry are bold leaders, darting to the food first and defending their little territories. Others are shy and cautious, hanging back and avoiding conflict. And then, of course, there are the playful troublemakers, those fry who chase their siblings not for food or territory, but seemingly just for fun. These personality traits are fun to watch, but they also give us early cues about what kind of adults these fish may become. So, what's next for our fry? Over the coming days, competition will continue to intensify. Hierarchies will begin to form more clearly, with dominant fry asserting themselves over their siblings. And this is a very important stage because it sets the foundation for their adult behavior. Soon they'll need larger spaces or separate grow out tanks to thrive without constant conflict. And therefore, before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed your own jewel cichlid fry competing at this stage? Do you separate the smaller fry into a grow out tank, or do you let them work things out in the main group? Share your experiences in the comments because I always enjoy learning from fellow fish keepers. So, this brings us to the end of our update on day 44. We've seen how growth brings new challenges, competition for food, space, and independence. And these are the early steps towards adulthood. It's fascinating to witness, and it's indeed wonderful to be part of. Thank you for following along today. Stay tuned for day 45, where we'll explore how social hierarchies begin to take shape and what that means for the future of these young fish. Until then, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that you won't miss any further updates about the jewel cichlid fry. Until then, happy fish keeping, and I'll see you in the next update.